Today we'll talk about file system interaction. We covered some of the most fundamental commands when interacting with the file system on the Linux machine. For example, we covered how to list and find the contents of folders using ls and find, and navigating the file system with cd. In this task, we're going to learn some more commands for interacting with the file system to allow us to create files and folders, move files and folders, delete files and folders. More specifically, the following commands. And we have here the table of commands. We have it the shorter version of the command and the full name, and then what it does. So touch, the command is the same for the full version of it. This creates a file. Make mkdir, make a directory, creates a folder. cp, copies a file or a folder. mv, move a file or a folder. rm, remove a file or a folder. File, which is again file, determine the type of a file. Pro tip: similarly to using cat, we can provide full file paths, that is directory 1, directory 2, and then the file for all of these commands. So we don't have to move in the specific location before using any command from this table. We can just specify the absolute path and use any command that we want. Creating files and folders, touch and mkdir. Creating files and folders on Linux is a simple process. First, we'll cover creating a file. The touch command takes exactly one argument, the name we want to give the file we create. For example, we can create the file note by using touch note. It's worth noting that touch simply creates a blank file. You would need to use commands like echo or text editors such as nano to add contents to the blank file. Let's see what we have in here. Let's go to downloads. Yeah, let's see what. Nothing. All right, so let's say touch note. We have it there. And if we cat it, nothing. This is similar. Let's see here what happened. It created a file. Make dir is a directory command. This is a file creation. So we created the file note, and here we lists to check it out. This is a similar process for making a folder, which just involves using the make directory command and again providing the name that we want to assign to the directory. For example, creating directory my directory using make directory. Here is the demonstration. Make a directory, my directory. Let's see. Let's clear this. Make a dir, new directory. And if we list it, we can see it over there. Also in here, we can see it over here. Removing files and folders. Remove is rm is extraordinary out of the commands that we've covered so far. You can simply remove files by using rm. However, you need to provide the upper R case, which alongside the name of the directory you wish to remove. So in here we see the removal of the file that we created previously. And here we can see the removal of the directory. Okay, let's try it. Remove node. Let's list it. Let's clear. And now say rm, uppercase R, new directory. Let's check it. Nothing. Pretty cool. Copying and moving files and folders. CP and MV. Copying and moving files is an important functionality on a Linux machine, starting with CP. This command takes two arguments: the name of the existing file, the name we wish to assign to the new file when copying. CP copies the entire contents of the existing file into the new file. In the screenshot below, we are copying note to note 2. Here we can see that. Moving a file takes two arguments, just like the cp command. However, rather than copying and or creating a new file MV will merge or modify the second file that we provide as an argument. Not only can you use MV to move a file to a new folder, but you can also use MV to rename a file or a folder. For example, in the screenshot below, we are renaming the file notes2 to be named note3. Note3 will now have the contents of note2. MV note2, note3. Note3 will have the contents of note2. List note3. Determining the file type. What is often misleading and often catches people out is making presumptions from files as to what their purpose or contents may be. Files usually have what's known as an extension to make this easier. For example, text files usually have an extension of .txt, but this is not necessarily. So far, the files we have used in our examples haven't had an extension. Without knowing the content of why the file is there, we don't really know its purpose. Enter the file command. This command takes one argument. For example, we'll use file to confirm whether or not the note file is in our example is indeed a text file, like so. File note, and then we can see the output of it, which is yes, it's a text file. Answer the questions below. How would you create the file name new note? Touch new note. On a deployable machine, what is the file type of unknown one in TryHackMe homepage? Yes, with the touch keyword. On the deployable machine, what is the file type of unknown one? If we say here, file unknown one, we see ASCII text. Okay, how will we move the file, my file, to the directory my folder? MV my file to my folder. My file went to, we'll see, actually we have to, yes, get my folder, my file. As you can see, we have the contents. And continue to apply your knowledge and practice the commands from this task.